Homework checker for Thursday. First question, which fractions are equivalent to 4/5? So you can solve this in a couple ways. You can cross multiply or you can reduce. I am going to cross multiply. So we're looking at A, 4/5 and 2/5. Well, I know they can't be equivalent because number one, they have the same denominator, which means I can compare the numerators easily. And I can see they're not equal because this is 2 out of 5 and this is 4 out of 5. But I'll check with math because just to be sure. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 4 is 20. So they are not equal. I can cross multiply here. 4/5 and 16/20. So 5 times 16. If I don't know that, I'm going to go check it with math. Yeah, 16 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. Carry my 3. 5 times 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 80. And then 20 times 4, well, I can cover up my 0. 2 times 4 is 8. Put my 0 back. So 16/20 is equivalent to 4/5. 2/8. Compare that to 4/5. 5 times 2 is 10. 8 times 4, I know it's going to be greater than 10 because 8 times 2 is 16. I double that, it's 32. So they're not equal. 12/15 compared to 4/5. 12 times 5, let's solve that up here. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Got to remember to carry that number. So that's 60. 15 times 4. 15 times 4 is 20. 4 times 1, 4. Plus 2 is 6. So these are equivalent as well. So your answers are B and D. Make sure you pause the video and show your work. Alright, another division statement of 489 divided by 4. And if you want, you can make your cheat sheet. You can pause and make yours like I'm making mine. And so what I'm trying to do here is just get my mind thinking about how many times can 4 go into 489. Well, and I'm going to jump down to 100 because I know it can go in 100 times. Because 100 times 4 is 400. So if I subtract that out, 9 minus 0 is 9. 8 minus 0 is 8. 4 minus 4 is 0. So I'm asking myself now, how many times can 4 go into 89? So when I'm showing my cheat sheet here, I'm thinking what's closest to 89 without going over. And that's going to be right here with 20 groups of 4. 20 times 4 is 80. Subtract that out, I get 9 left over. So how many times can 4 go into 9 without going over? It can go in 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract that out. And you get 1. 4 can't go into 1. So I add up my sidebar numbers. 100 plus 20 plus 2 is 122. Remainder of 1. Okay, here's traditionally. Cover up all my place values except my hundreds. How many times can 4 go into 4? 1 time. Subtract that out. Bring down my 8. How many times can 4 go into 8? Twice. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract that out. 0. Bring down my 9. How many times can 4 go into 9? Twice. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract that out. I get 122, remainder of 1. So however strategy you solve it, know that you're still going to get the same answers. Next question, what is the LCD of 7/14 and 1/2? So same thing here in our last homework, we're looking for the lowest common denominator. And we do that by skip counting. So we skip count by our denominators. Let's start with the smaller denominator. So let's skip count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And now I can start with 14. 14, I can stop there because I found my lowest common denominator, which is 14. Which of the following statements are not true? So there's some of them that are going to be equal, but we're looking for which ones are not equal. Okay, so 5 times 34 equals 34 times 5. Well, yeah, that's true because that's the commutative property. But I'm looking for which one's not true. Let's look at B. 9 times 2 plus 6 equals 4 times 6. So let's solve that out. 4 times 6 is 24. 9 times 2 is 18 plus 6. Solve that. 6 plus 8 is 14. Carry the 1, 24. So that's equal. I can eliminate it because we're looking for which one's not equal or not true. Okay, 13 plus 3 times 2 equals 26 minus 7. So we got to solve this out. 3 times 2 is 6, and we're adding 13 to that. So 13 plus 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 19 over here. 26 minus 7. 6 minus 7, I gotta borrow. 16 minus 7, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. 1 minus 1. Excuse me, 1 minus 0 is 1. 19. That's true, so I can eliminate it. So let's check D. That must be the final answer. 7 times 3 plus 2 equals 8 times 3. So first I got to know what 8 times 3 equals. That's 24. 7 times 3 is 21 plus 2 is 23. Ah, they're close, but they are not true. They are not equal. Alright, our social studies questions. What document is still around today and contains the Bill of Rights? So the Bill of Rights is like a little chapter in which document? Is it A, Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, B, Constitution, C, Virginia Declaration of Rights? It's actually part of our Constitution that's still around today, because this one's not around today and this one's not around today. Number 2, what documents were for Virginians? More than one. So I think what it's asking is which ones are just for the people in Virginia. And you can know that based on the title. A, Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom. Well, yeah, that has Virginia in it, so it's for Virginians. B, Constitution. Well, that one was for everybody. C, Virginia Declaration of Rights. Well, that has Virginia in it as well, so technically, I guess all of them were for Virginians, but these two specifically were for the people only of the state. Number 3, which document was written first? A, Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, B, Constitution, C, Declaration of Independence. Well, the document that was written first declared our independence and was signed on July 4th, 1776. Declaration of Independence.